Amarius Mims is my 4th ranked tackle in the 2024 draft class, and he's my 11th ranked player overall. He's a former 5-star recruit that's going to be one of the most difficult evaluations in this entire draft class. He's only played 803 career snaps and just 8 starts. For reference, Joe Alt has played 2,200, JC Latham's played almost 1,900, Olufashanu's at 1,350. So really every element of my evaluation of Amarius Mims is just a lot less solid. For most players, there's just a way bigger sample size for everything that I say about them. Like if I'm talking about an offensive tackle and I say he's a really good reach blocker, that's based on probably 30 examples of them successfully executing a reach block. With Amarius Mims, I'll see something happen 5 times and it's like, okay, I guess he's good at that, but it's just such a volatile evaluation overall. And the fact that he's played so little and that was already enough for him to declare in the draft and probably be a 1st-round pick, that speaks to his natural talent and athleticism. He has the size, frame, and movement skills of a top 5 pick. When he's on the move as a run blocker, he flattens second-level defenders. He can reach his landmarks as a puller, and he's always looking to finish people into the ground. The rest of his run blocking is kind of a mixed bag. You see flashes of his ability to create movement on down blocks and double teams. The national championship game against TCU, there were several examples of this, and he had a nice double team rep in the 11 snaps that he played in the conference championship against Alabama this year. But he does have a bad habit of leading with his head into contact, not bringing his feet with him, and he'll fall through down blocks and base blocks pretty often and let defenders swim over the top. And then his zone blocking ability is a complete unknown. I've watched every single snap that he's played in the last 2 years, which didn't take that long, and I didn't find a single reach block, so I have no idea about his fit in an outside zone scheme. But the reason I have him as a borderline top 10 player is his potential and what he's already shown in pass protection. So he has 402 career pass blocking snaps, only 7 pressures allowed, 0 sacks. His hand usage is so impressive given how inexperienced he is. He's really patient with his hands. He'll bait pass rushers into overextending or getting into their move too early. I saw a lot of examples of him flashing the outside hand, drawing out the swipe, and then pulling it back, punching with the inside hand. His ability to flash and replace and just the overall nuance that he has with his hands shows me that even though he hasn't played a ton of snaps, he's still working on his technique and getting a lot of development. When I watched his 2022 tape, I thought he had a tendency to punch high up at the top of the shoulder pads. That was occasionally a problem last year, but I thought it was much improved. I still have it in the weaknesses column, but it wasn't an issue that I noticed that often. And then he has really good pocket range. He's urgent but controlled, getting enough depth in his pass sets. He does a great job staying square to the block. Occasionally he'll get a little heel clicky at the top of his set, but overall I don't have many concerns about his ability to block speed rushes. He has really good natural play strength to the point that I don't think he'd have many concerns anchoring against power rushes even if he didn't have good technique, but he's able to quickly transition into his anchor, drop his hips. He doesn't give any ground, and that's really important for an offensive tackle. And even with the power that he has already, I think he has the frame to add even more weight. But there's one glaring issue with Amarius Mims in pass protection, and it's by far my biggest concern with him. It's an inability to deal with inside counters. I saw him face a true inside counter 6 times. 5 of those I had as a decisive loss. One of those he won the rep, but the pass rusher got his feet tripped up on the right guard, and it didn't look like he was in great position to win without that help. If the rusher counters inside, Amarius Mims pretty much puts up no resistance. There was one play where he kind of drifted, leaned his weight too far upfield. When the pass rusher countered back inside, he wasn't able to redirect and recover. One example against Tennessee where he punched early with the inside hand, Tyler Barron got into a swim move to the inside, and then the rest were just face-up rushes and then a quick inside counter, and he doesn't seem to have the slide quickness to mirror that. It's weird because he seems to have quality movement skills in pretty much every other aspect of his game. I don't know how much of it's reaction time to mirror that inside counter and how much of it is just an inability to slide in that direction, but in pass protection, that's the one thing that I really worry about. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy the video, make sure to like and subscribe. If you want to see my entire draft board as a filterable interactive table, I've got that up at atozsports.com. The link to that is in the description, and let me know in the comments any other NFL draft prospects that you'd like me to cover.